Hello and welcome back to Sorta Strategy and another episode of Archetype Explained. So, this time, part 2 to Salamangreats, I'm going to show you some combos. I have like 7 combos here. They're all important, some of them more basic than others, but they kind of, even the really basic ones, to show you what Salamangreats can do, and this first one is a great example of that. So, it's basically just a 1-card combo, and it shows you what they can do every turn, pretty much, and why they're so oppressive. But, yeah, I think I'll just start, I guess. Yeah, next play. So, summon Gazelle. Spinny to graveyard, not to hand. That was a mistake, but that's fine. Go to grave, you prick. Alright, so, Spinny summon. Overlay for Mirage Salio. Mirage Salio effect then to detach. It doesn't really matter in this case what you detach, really, but I'd say because other combos require you to detach Gazelle to add it to hand with Wolf, I would just get in the habit of doing that. So summon out your Jack Jaguar, link the 2 of them away for Sunlight Wolf. Then Jack Jaguar's effect will trigger to shuffle back the Mirage Celio to extra deck and summon himself. This will trigger Sunlight Wolf's effect, adding back your Gazelle. So, your 1 card you started with is now back in your hand for next turn. So far you've plus 2'd. And keep in mind you have 4 other cards in your hand at this point, right? Then you will get rid of the Jack Jaguar to grave, summoning out your Balinx. Balinx effect to add Sanctuary, and then activate your Sanctuary. And that is the end of this combo, right? So it's really simple, but it is pretty ridiculous because you have your Gazelle for next turn. You can do all this again next turn. You have 4 other cards in hand. You've gone plus 3 because your Gazelle is back to square 1. You now have also Jack Jaguar again to use next turn. So this is a very simple combo, very straightforward, very basic, but still shows really well what Salamangreats can do and why they're so oppressive. Yeah, just again, a reminder, 4 other cards in hand. This is strong as fuck. And yeah, I'm going to cut here and come back with combo number 2. Alright, so combo 2, this one is basically an OTK, which is really cool. It comes to exactly 8,100, reminding you just again that you will have 4 other cards in your hand, and this combo can change or be better depending on what you have. So, just to start, there's an example straight away. So summon Debug and search Gazelle, right? So in your 4 other cards, if you already had a Gazelle, search Spinny. That gives you an extra monster, extra damage, extra whatever, so you know what I mean. But yeah, just so you know, this is basically, pretend that you only draw 1 card, and let's say it's this, like, that's pretty ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. Next play. Right, so you will add Gazelle to hand, debug away for Balinx. Balinx then will search Sanctuary. You will activate Sanctuary and link away the Balinx using the once per turn effect of Sanctuary straight away. This will allow Gazelle's second effect to summon itself. Unless it's its first effect, actually, I don't know. Yeah, it is its first effect, actually. Summons itself and then gets its effect to send something to the graveyard. Jack Jaguar, it pretty much always is Jack Jaguar, honestly. Well, Spinny as well, but you know what I mean. Sometimes no, pretty much Spinny and Jaguar. Summon Jack Jaguar, shuffling back to Balinx. Link the 2 of those away to make Update Jammer. So Update Jammer is the guy who says he has a first effect which is good and can come up, but his main effect is whatever is if you use him to make another link monster, that link monster can attack twice, okay? So, next play, link Update Jammer away and Balinx for Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker, his effect says, just to remind you, when he's co-linked, the 2 co-linked monsters gain 500 and they cannot be targeted by card effects. So basically, and then his second effect is he can special summon back a Link 2, I think, or lower from the grave. 1 Link 3 or lower, Cybers from your grave. So you will target the Update Jammer you just sent and bring it back from the graveyard. So now both of these are untargetable. He's on 2800 and can attack twice, and then Update Jammer is on 25. So that's pretty good, right? So that totals 8,100, and then I basically just show the life points going down. So you have 100 in excess of damage, and reminding you one more time, 4 other cards in hand. That's all from 1 card. Debug is very strong, and yeah, that is that. Gonna be back to you with combo 3. Alright, so combo number 3, this is basically an out, basically, okay? It's not a 3-card combo. The rest of the combos in this video are going to be just Spinny and Gazelle. The reason this is here is just to remind you that this can be Spinny or Gazelle. So if you drew Spinny and this, that's combo. If you draw Gazelle and this, that's combo. This, for anyone who's forgotten or doesn't know, this is just the Rota, the searcher for the deck. I tried to just send it back to deck there. Anyway, this one is pretty cool if you're running Barload or Avramax, if that's his name, the new Mech Knight Link 4 secret rare from the newest set. Basically, it's to out problems. So Barload, or even if you're if you have Barrel Sword, then it's an OTK. Depends on the Link 4 you're running, or if you're running 2 Link 4s, more power to you, that's great. But yeah, you'll see now anyway. So first, summon Spinny, link away, make links. This is all fairly normal now. Searching the field spell, Sanctuary. Gazelle effect, summon. Gazelle sending Jaguar. Spinny effect to summon, activating Sanctuary, then linking away Balinks to give Jaguar a target to summon himself back. Balinks summons, and then Jaguar shuffles back to first Balinks, summons himself, and bam, that's your Link 4. So, this, like, it seems really obvious and stuff, but these are little things that players need to kind of know. In this build, I was running the Avramax, yes, that is his name. But yeah, it's like, if you're running Barload, Barrel Sword, this combo is the same, just makes a different monster, and it's really, really handy. So yeah, I think this is a really good one to know. I'll be back to you in a moment. Okay, so this is the 4th combo, I think. So this is the one that allows you to set the trap. Basically, it's a lot of the time you'll do this going first. Just a reminder again, Circle is any of these 2 monsters. So Circle is effectively a 6th copy of each of these. And yeah, just gonna get going. So, summon Spinny, Spinny to grave, summon Balinks, search out the field spell. All pretty obvious now at this point. This is like the basic stuff. Even after watching my 2 videos, you pretty much know the simple stuff. Oh yeah, Gazelle summons also. That should have been Chain Link 2 and gone backwards. But anyway, you know. Sending Roar. So this time you're sending the counter trap. This is important because Wolf can summon or search it back to the hand. So Spinny summons himself from grave. Overlay. Make Stalio. Stalio detaching Gazelle. So this time it's actually important that you detach Gazelle because you want Wolf to add it back. You could link away the Stalio later and then just add the Gazelle anyway, but yeah. Summon out Jaguar from the deck using Stalio's effect. Then we are going to link away the Balinks and the Jaguar. So this is where you're going to want to summon it to the other extra deck zone, which is very important. Remember I mentioned this earlier. Wolf comes out, that's great. Activate Sanctuary. Wolf for a Wolf. And then Wolf's second effect is if you make him using a Wolf, he can add a spell or trap from the grave to the hand. So you add the roar you sent earlier, the counter trap that negates anything as long as you control a link monster, which I'm going to talk about again in a second. I used Jaguar to return Wolf to summon himself to where Wolf points to. This will give Wolf his other effect, adding Gazelle back from grave to hand. For next turn, that's amazing. You have that 1-card combo I showed you earlier at least now. Setting Roar, just gonna show that face up. And then I link away Jaguar to make Balinks. Why do I do this? So this is just a key tip, especially after game 1, but if you... Roar needs have a link monster on the field to activate. So if you have... basically, if they kaiju away one of these, you still have another one. That's very important because, especially after game 1, that's very important. Yeah, it's just a good habit to get into, I think. Your Jaguar now is engraved for next turn. You have Gazelle in hand. And also, something I forgot to mention, just quickly, for the last combo, but it also applies to this combo, you still have 3 other cards in your hand. So, yeah, ridiculous. Really good. And that is the combo. So, yeah, I don't know what this next play is. Nothing. Okay, cool. Yep, that's the combo. I'll see you in a second for the next one. Alright, so this next one is the Fusion OTK. There's a couple variants of this. Well, not variants. I don't mean variants. I mean 2 options. One is to keep the Gazelle at the end in hand if you can't OTK and to keep it for the next turn. The other one is to fusion using the Gazelle in hand, keeping an extra monster on the field, and getting over 8,000 damage. So that's up to you depending on the situation. But anyway, another reminder, you have 3 other cards in hand. Either of these can be a circle, keeping the trend up of reminding you of that, I suppose. So this is the normal play, Spinny into Lynx. Lynx searching the Sanctuary. This is all second nature by now, I'm sure. Activating... Oh, you don't have to activate the Sanctuary. Oh yeah, so I messed up that again, that chain. The Gazelle should summon before the Sanctuary is searched and sending, this time, Fusion of Fire. It doesn't really matter for just a demonstration, but just so you know, that's important. Because I've been doing these combos now for a bit, it's kind of getting a bit lazy, but yeah, anyway. So sending Fusion of Fire this time, Spinny coming back. So this combo is a lot like the counter trap one I showed you last. Overlay the 2, make Stalio. Stalio summons out Jack Jaguar. The Jack Jaguar is kind of a bit like the blood of the deck, pretty much, because he can always summons back to where Wolf is pointing, and yeah, that's really good. You get Wolf's other effect then. Yeah, so Wolf into the other pendulum zone or extra deck zone, really important. Sanctuary summoning Wolf for Wolf. Wolf gets his effect then, adding the Fusion of Fire. Then you summon back your Jaguar, shuffling back the Wolf, and now, here I will pause, right? So, what you're going to do here is, Fusion of Fire says, fusion summon a Salamangreat fusion monster from your extra deck using cards from your hand and side of the field, right? Hand or side of the field. So next play, when you add Gazelle to hand, your choices here are different. I messed up the life points in a bit, so this could be confusing for a newer player, or a player who doesn't know the play, but what your first option is, I don't mess up this part, just so you know. Your first option is you have to use Wolf, and then your option is Jack Jaguar or Gazelle. So this time I'll go with Jack Jaguar, right? So Violet Chimera gains attack equal to half of the attack of the materials used to make him. So right now he would be on 46 because he gained 900 from Wolf and 900 from Jack Jaguar, okay? Giving you a total of 66 with this on field, and then the Gazelle in hand for next turn, okay? That's very important if you can't finish the game, alright? Leaving them on 1400. And then the next other option is, instead of using the Jack Jaguar, you use the Gazelle in hand. So this is... I'm not going to show you the next play, because the next play is me adding more... I add life points back on, and then when I'm supposed to be taken away, I add more on instead, and then have to undo it all. So yeah, it's just a bit of a mess. But here, you now have a Violet Chimera, who is, instead of being 46, is 4450 because he gained 750 instead of 900 because of Gazelle's attack being lower than the Jack Jaguar. But now you have the 1800 on field from the Jack Jaguar. So this is a 4450 attack Violet Chimera, an 1800 attack Jack Jaguar, and a 2k attack Stalio, which is way more than enough to finish game. Just doing a quick maths here, quick maths. That's 6450, 7450, and then 800 on top of that. So well over 8,000. Yeah, so it depends. If you think you can't OTK, you can't finish, don't use the Gazelle in hand. I would say keep the Gazelle for next turn, personally. But then again, if you can't finish, you probably won't do this play. So that's very important to think of too. So yeah, that is that. Last combo now, I think, after this. I have them wrote down here, so yeah. Last combo after this, so see you in a sec. Alright, so this is the last combo I'm going to show. It's a really important one. It's really good going first. It pretty much beats a shit ton of decks right now, and it's just really good. So again, a reminder, either of these can be circle, and you have 3 other cards in hand. Let's go. Right, so summon the Spinny, make the Lynx, add the Sanctuary. All very straightforward at this point. So this time I do the chain correctly. Gazelle summons, gets effect, Lynx gets effect then after. So that's the way it should be done. I'm 90% sure. It could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Activate the Sanctuary. The Sanctuary doesn't actually need to be activated, but I don't know. Overlay, making Stalio. Well, to be honest, actually, there's a part of this combo I just realized that I missed. Well, it's not important. You still end on the same thing, but there could be another Bay Lynx engraved. So right now, I could have made another Lynx to have another one engraved at the end, but I didn't. So just so you know, you could Bay Lynx away for Bay Lynx, and yeah, you'd end up with 2 engraved then, which is important, because right now, because we're only doing this 2-card combo, we don't know what the other 3 cards in the hand are. There is nothing to add from grave to hand with wolf, so using Sanctuary to make a wolf with a wolf would make no sense. So you might as well make another Balinx, pretty much is what I'm saying. So you detach to summon Falco this time from the deck. Falco is being summoned more for the fact that it's level 4 and not really for its effect as such. Because, again, we don't have a card in the grave to add back with it. So Falco, just so you know, says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target Salamangreat, spell or trap in the graveyard, set it to the field. So if you detach this from an XYZ, you can set a trap on your opponent's turn, which is good. Or, yeah, a lot of the time as well, you can, if you have to use Sanctuary to make a second Lynx, which happens, in order to summon, say, Gazelle from the hand, sometimes you can use Falco's effect to set the trap instead of Wolf's second effect, because you've already used your once per turn Sanctuary. It's important that I say that because I didn't do a combo for that in this video. But yeah, you know that now. So shuffling back to Stelio for a Jack Jaguar. Wolf effect to add back Gazelle for next turn. And then overlay the two of those for Abyss Dweller, the fucking strongest card this format. And that is the end of the combo. So it's pretty simple. On opponent's turn then you can detach. If you had a spell or trap in the graveyard, you can detach Falco and it would set it from the grave on opponent's turn, which is another plus, which is nice. Remember again, you have Gazelle for next turn and 3 other cards in hand. Yeah, so this is pretty good, especially when you know what you're playing against. This can be ridiculously strong. So yeah, that is the end of that. End of the video. What do I want to talk about? Add message or comment. Let me know what deck you want me to cover next. I think I might do Thunder Dragons, but if you guys really wanted something else, I would do something else. And yeah, some other tips I wanted to talk about actually. So Foul strengthens all of these combos. Helps you make rank 4s, but also it chain blocks, which is ridiculously strong. Chain blocking your Gazelle guarantees Gazelle's effect goes off, and so on, which is really, really good. Try to end on 2 Link monsters if you can, because if they Kaiju 1, you can't activate the counter trap. So if you have 2 on the field, the counter trap will still be live. Really good. Adding Roar off Wolf is better because it doesn't banish. So Roar can summon it, bring itself back, but a lot of time, basically, if Roar brings itself back and then activates, it banishes. But if you activate Roar, or if add Roar back from Wolf's effect and then activate it, it'll go to grave, and then Roar can summon itself back again with its own effect and then be banished. So you get extra use out of it. And then the last thing, there is nothing else actually. That's the last tip. I think they're all important. They're really good tips in my opinion. And yeah, that is that. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, comment what you want me to do next, and yeah, leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and keep in tune with the meta. Eventually when I'm done the meta, I'll go on to some more rogue decks, but there's so many strong rogue decks that I really don't mind doing that. And yeah, thanks for watching, and bye bye.